Hi, I'm Paul from Crypto Balance, and today I want to talk about a company called Envion who pay out dividends in Ethereum based on their quite innovative mining operations. So the reason I'm quite interested in this company is I do a bit of Ethereum mining myself. I have just one mining rig, a 6 GPU rig, and recently I wanted to expand what I was doing. I wanted to build three 19 GPU rigs. But unfortunately it was just so difficult to buy the graphics cards at a price that was anything close to what I was hoping for. The price has just skyrocketed the last couple of months. So when I heard about this just today on CoinMarketCap, it's a new coin to be added, I was quite interested because I think in general it makes a lot of sense to invest in a company like this rather to mine yourself, because obviously in mining yourself you've got, as I found, you've got difficulty getting the equipment at a reasonable price. Electricity costs are likely to be higher. I'm less likely to be anywhere near as knowledgeable as people that get to spend build a whole company around something like this. So I think in general there's a lot of good reasons to invest in someone else's mining operation rather than try and do it all yourself. And I like the sound of this company because these tokens do represent a security and do pay dividends, so they do represent real ownership of this project. Of course, the major downside to a project like this, rather than actually owning the physical equipment that you can see in your room and is completely 100% yours, is that you do of course have to trust other people. You have to trust people that you've never met, and you've got to research into their background, and you'll never see any of this mining equipment that you own a share of. So that's the major downside. So trust here is obviously a huge factor as to whether you decide to get involved or not. So just to give you an overall idea about how Envion intend to go about their mining operation, they are building these mining rigs inside shipping containers. And this means that they'll be able to move them anywhere in the world, wherever it's best suited to keep them, based mainly on electricity costs, so they won't be tied down to one location and subject to the changes in prices in that one location. They're using only renewable energy, and they want to move these shipping containers to places where there might even be a surplus of energy, and they might even be able to get electricity for free. So they've just had an ICO where they've raised over $100 million, and that actually makes it the 6th biggest ICO of all time. So there's certainly been a lot of interest in this. So even though we may have missed out on the ICO, if you are still interested in getting involved in this project, the price at the moment is actually around about where it would have been for the majority of the ICO. And obviously people that maybe did invest during the ICO may be a little disappointed about that, but I don't think this is the kind of project where you buy it and hope for it to the price to explode. This is more about buying a token that pays you dividends. So I don't think you should see as much explosive price fluctuation with this token compared to other cryptocurrencies. So they've got a handy tool on the site that tries to give you an idea of return on investment. Now obviously I would always do your own research and create your own models, because this is part of their marketing to get people to invest in the ICO. So we always need to be skeptical, and we need to do our own work in order to work out what we think the profits would be. But the important thing about what they're saying is that they are going to reinvest 25% of their profits into new equipment, and what they're saying is that should make it scalable. So your investment should compound over time as they have more mining equipment, and therefore the price of the token should actually increase, because the more mining equipment they have, the more dividends they pay out. The more dividends they pay out, the more that token should be worth. So that's a little idea of what they hope to see in the future. So if you look at this tool, if you to invest, say just $1,000, they're saying you'd have a total profit of $17,000 over 5 years, which would certainly be incredible if you were to achieve that. I'm maybe a little skeptical. It almost falls into the too good to be true category for me. I mean, that's if you'd have brought a Bitcoin around about 5 years ago for $1,000, you might have been able to make about that profit as well. So it does seem, that seems almost too good to be true to me. I think I would probably want to look into that a bit more. But what I would say is that this is mining. This is not some new concept that's yet to be proven. People are making a lot of money from mining and have been doing so for quite a long time. and the difficulty with any mining venture is predicting the future price of what you're mining, the future costs and so on, and that doesn't change with this. Obviously they're in a better position to be profitable because of the low cost of equipment and electricity. So one thing I think is for sure is that if you were to compare any model that you would do yourself to this, they should be more profitable over the long run than you'd be able to do on your own. Whether it would be $17,000 over 5 years after an initial investment of £1,000 or not, I don't know. So right now they have 2 of these units built, and they're saying that by just in July, they're going to have 606 of them built, which is quite a huge undertaking. But obviously they've got the money from the ICO to do that, to make that happen, which they're projecting will give them a monthly profit of 13 million. 13 million a month by July 2018. So that would be quite incredible if they could do that, and you could certainly see how these tokens should be returning on investment if they achieve anything like those figures. So one small criticism I have of this business model is that I think 25% reinvestment is actually a little bit on the low side, and I would rather see it maybe the other way around, so it was 75% reinvestment versus 25% payout. And I think when you're getting probably thousands and thousands of people involved in a project like this, I can well imagine why they would be more enticed to see a 75% profit payout and a smaller percentage reinvested. But I think in the long run it would be more profitable if there was a heavier reinvestment percentage, at least maybe for the first couple of years, and then it could maybe balance out a little bit. Of course, the other thing you could do on a individual level is that you could take all your payouts in Ethereum and then put them straight back in to just go back and buy more EVN tokens, so you'd increase your share of the current mining equipment. So then from an individual point of view, you would have 100% reinvestment, or whatever level of reinvestment you were comfortable with. So if I was going to buy these tokens, I'd be quite tempted to do that and just say anything I get back out of it, I put back in for the first couple of years, and I see where I am in maybe year 3. So in conclusion, it's quite a short video really. I just thought I'd get it out there whilst I just discovered it and was quite excited about it. I really like this. I like the fact that it pays out in Ethereum. I like the fact it pays out dividends. It's kind of my thing at the moment, is looking for projects that do provide you with a revenue stream, and this is the second one that I've looked at recently. Coral was the other one that I got a video on. Obviously I wanted to do more with mining, but I've not really been in a position to myself, just put off by the costs of getting more into it. So this does look like a viable alternative. And the other thing to mention about this is that if you go and do it yourself, I forgot to mention this before, the minimum investment if you're going to set up your own mining rig is probably about $3,000, maybe probably more like $5,000 at the moment with the price of graphics cards, which of course is quite a big sum. But with this you could literally go and buy $100 worth, and you are exposed to mining, and you do have your own mining venture. So I've not decided whether to buy this or not yet. I'm going to look into it a bit more. Right now I like the price of it because it feels like an ICO price still, as it's declined a bit since it's come onto the market, which is good news for me as far as I'm concerned. So please remember, this isn't financial advice, these are just my opinions. This is just me sharing some information that I've done a little bit of research on, just to bring a project to your attention. You should of course do all of your own research and verify anything that I've said yourself. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this project, if you think it's something you might get involved in. And this is a new YouTube channel, so I'd really appreciate a like and subscription if you found it beneficial in any way. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.